So it looks like she's already went ahead and worked with them
That's
to
wonderful.
improve that. So that's,
Another pat on the back.
so that is in place.
Oh, I
I
love
will
that.
I'll pass along the
Okay.
kudos.
So, that's good. Let's move on now to, discussing what we're talking about last time. We were gonna make some posters.
Oh,
Something.
yes, here are some samples.
And I was gonna take them around.
Like,
I like the idea of doing this now and these people are in town, the summer people. And the reason I know they're all here is they're all cleaning out my little library in front of my house. All these out of state
Yeah.
plates. Move in and clean the books out.
They're definitely here.
They're updating their bookshelves and their rentals, what they're doing. And they swoop in and take all my nice books. Well, actually, I stopped and talked to one guy.
oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, 8,290, yeah.
Right there in front of you. Of course I didn't see it.
This might be something nice to have at the table and you're just talking about it.
We could have stack of these.
We could update that.
I
figure.
think talking to people, confronting people, I find that definitely down at the Orange Junk Club when I need volunteers. The only way to get them is confronting.
But then if we would blow this up and maybe put it on an easel and then have a table with the envelopes and.
And this,
and this.
say, is there any way, yeah, can you help us out? That's a great idea, but how do we go about getting that table and all that? I have no idea. I've never done anything like that.
I'll check it out.
Okay. So.
I have one of those banquet tables, but I can't lift it, so.
I have a very light table we can use.
Talk to Joanna Stevens. She's now
Chair of it.
Yeah.
Stevens.
Stevens.
Oh, good.
She's Amy's partner.
Oh,
So,
I know her.
How long does that thing go on during the day? Is it,
It depends what day. It goes on for 3 days. Friday night is basically in the Elks and they do a talent contest and
yeah, that's right.
the Elks do a dinner kind of thing that you buy. And Saturday, I'm not exactly sure, but
That's the big
it's like
thing.
11. Maybe it's 11 or 12 till like 4, something like
Well, there
that.
aren't many of us. I mean, I'm willing to sit there one day.
Yes, there are flowers.
Yeah, me too.
So that's 6 hours.
We'll divide it up.
Then Sunday is the parade, but there's other stuff going on, so that's probably 3-4 hours. a day.
Yeah, we
Probably Saturday, we could probably, I mean, if Saturday is the mill around the week, the windmill day that has activities and children's things,
Yeah,
that's
it's
probably.
Boat race.
Saturday's our best day down there, but on Sunday, when that parade, we always watch the parade and then we come down. And there's a pretty good crowd on Sunday. It's pretty
Oh,
amazing.
yes.
So we definitely should do it Saturday and Sunday, those 2 days. Forget Friday, that's with the Elks.
I
Maybe
can't
you
do
could do
Sunday
this
at all.
things. You do Saturday.
I probably could. I'll put on.
When is this even? When is, when is Windmill
It's
Weekend?
the weekend after Labor Day.
Should we split each day in half? I mean,
Oh, in September?
That's too much
Okay.
enough to sit there.
it's only open until about 1 o'clock on Sunday, I think. Thank you.
No,
When is the
well,
parade?
I forget, they changed the hours of the parade. But there, I believe there's gonna be some music, the beer tent's gonna be open on Sunday now.
Yeah,
Um.
that was the best thing. That was so popular last year. I could not believe it. I think that was Amy's
couldn't
idea.
believe how hard that was against her.
We got to put it on and it was right.
Right inside.
They not only it's like an event to start, you know, a pass for heroin or something. It was ridiculous.
I thought that was one of the best ideas they ever had. And there were lines to get in the place. It was crazy, although it was very hot in there. I didn't go in, none of us drank any beer that day, but it was very, very hot and they needed a tent. And I think next year they're gonna have a tent because.
Well, they generally have a tent just because of the rains.
But we have one of those smaller tents. I mean, a lot of people have those zip ups. We have a zip up if they're looking for zip ups. I mean, that's what we thought too. We should go home and get ours.
We had problems with that because one year there was a big storm. And they had to literally take them down because they were afraid of getting hurt.
Yep.
And so that's why they've gone to the big tents that last year.
Okay, good. All right, so before we put out our schedule for who's sitting there, we need to find out the exact hours.
Figure that out. I mean, this is, I mean.
We got lots of time.
Joanna can tell you the exact hours.
What is the date of that thing anyway?
It's the weekend after the Labor Day.
That's right. Well, we have time. Well, we'll have one more meeting before then, won't we? Okay, good. All right, so here we have this other thing we need to discuss a little bit more. The idea about adding another member. Now, did we get that settled? What happened with that? Do you know anything about that?
Yes, this I want to show you guys. That's gonna be our meeting. Wrote it, I thought it was.
Thank you.
The actual chart of the committee as made by the select board states that there's 5 voting members on the committee. So that's that. And consisting of 3 residents plus the town assessor and also the chairman of the board of assessors. So this is the committee as outlined by the commission.
So we're doing everything right,
So the town treasurer is a voting member.
Correct.
but they're not here.
Well,
Well,
okay.
they normally would be,
They
but,
normally would be.
So
now we were talking about, well, what about Holly? All right, now, the bottom one I pulled from, you know, that, I think that's on
The ethics.
the ethics test.
Yeah.
This is the wording of the ethics test. That as on multiple positions in the same municipality, if you are paid in one position.
But is this a position?
Well, she is paid as the town treasurer, right?
Right, but I mean, would you consider being on this committee a position?
Well, that's why I had to write it out to see what you thought about that.
I don't know.
It's contradictory right there between the committee charge and this verbiage.
I noticed that too.
Unless being a volunteer on a board is not considered the definition of a position.
Yes, but I think that whole point is viewed in view of the fact that the charge of the committee has been written out by this one already.
Yeah, I mean, I just take the charge and go with it and, bounce it up, if you want to bounce it up to the town attorney. If you want to, but,
well, I
Did we ask Jackie what? Sorry.
I'm sorry. I really think we need to bring it to Jackie, because then it has to go to the select board, basically. Because you can't have 5 members the way it is situated here and have it be correct. Okay, they have.
if this is a position, is committee a position?
Right. I don't,
Probably.
How can you have one and not the other? I don't.
That's what I'm saying. If being on the committee is a position, then it goes against the ethics charge, right? So it doesn't need clarification. Or the charge to the committee needs to be reworded.
Well, here's how I interpret it. It says, you may not have multiple positions if you are paid in one of those positions.
but that means that she couldn't be my assistant in the tax office and the treasurer. Like those are positions. She couldn't have 2 and be paid for either, or
Right.
at least one. But if you just volunteer on a committee, I think that's something different.
She can't work for a different town that she lives in, say, and gets a salary, even if it's $25 a year.
We're fine with that.
Well, unfortunately, I don't. And the only reason I'm on here is because I'm chairman of the Board of Assessors. So in a sense, I should be voting in. I'm not on this as a resident of the town. I'm on here because they want the chair of the Board of Assessors.
Whoever that is.
Right.
So is this a state charge? Who wrote this? Or
This
did
was
the town or
charge
this?
from
The town.
The town.
So
So it's the town.
That delineates the Board of Assessors, the chairman of the Board
Membership.
of Assessors and the town treasurer as voting members, 5 voting members consisting of.
So Dave.
So you are a voting.
You are a voting member.
For now.
Are you comfortable with that? And Maya is also a voting member.
I am,
But you
I-
feel like we need to change it, so Colleen is a voting member, is that where we're at?
Correct.
So do you want to handle that with Jackie then? And
But then we'd need a
this?
7th member. We can't have 6
So then we
members.
have to have one more.
I know normally that is correct.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's written in stone or anything like that, they have to have an odd
Right.
person. Because a lot of times, that's why you have alternates in case
Mhm.
somebody's,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, sick or whatever.
Mhm.
Although we don't have the alternates either. so.
Yeah. Well, we're not voting on $1 million contracts or anything like that, so. If you want to find out whether we can have Colleen voting and not add another member, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean. Okay, never
Could
mind.
you explain more about why you want Colleen to vote? I'm just kind of, I'm a little fuzzy on that, especially since I feel opposite.
Only because if Maya is gonna have a vote,
Yeah,
that's the primary reason. Why should Maya have a vote and Paul not have a vote?
Because that's what town council determined.
They, town council, I'm sure, didn't have.
Well, that's what I want to know. Who originated this verbiage? Select board rather.
Mhm.
Not town council, all right.
Right,
So the
select
select board, you know, where did they get this? I mean, was this their idea? Or did they take it from a state? Right, okay, there we are.
There's nothing that they're, not some guideline that they're following, that this is how it's generally set up. We're kind of one of the
They
few
had
that
an
does this
idea.
even.
And they wanted this kind of a thing, they just kind of put it together.
I mean, and one presumes that they were cognizant of this.
Right.
Shall we presume?
I'm not saying that to be, as a, something against the board of selectmen, I don't mean that at all, I just mean that. They had this good idea, and so they did this for us, and it's what became.
Right.
I really don't think that Maya's
Yeah.
membership on this committee is a position.
I'm with you on that.
And given that, ethics doesn't come into it.
Mhm.
And we're fine.
She's just a staff support.
She's knowledgeable and she has input. But this is not a position. I don't think.
No, they probably added her as one of the members because she's the one keeping track of the funds, which could be done in a supportive measure or as an actual voting member.
So Dave. Do you still want to go forward with this idea, or are we comfortable with what we have now and Maya will vote and Colleen will vote?
I can't vote.
No, she can't vote.
You can't vote at the moment.
No, she can't, but can we move forward with the idea that she's going to when you talk to Jackie?
Oh, well, I'll put it that way.
Without putting a 7th person on?
Yes, I can do that, I can certainly do that, and it's up to them, but if they want to have a 7th member, then they can.
Then we can get one, because I know somebody who would do it.
I don't even think a 7th member.
No.
This
Well, he
whole
says if we-
committee has never voted for anything.
if we let Maya vote, then-
It's like,
No, what David's saying, if we let Maya vote, then they're gonna tell us that we're gonna need a 7th member.
I don't know whether they will or not.
Maya does vote.
Maya does vote, period. She's a member of this. She's a voting
No,
member.
Colleen, I'm talking about Colleen.
And I think it was just an oversight, to be honest.
Okay, so do you want to pursue this, Dave, or are we going?
That's
All right.
fine,
And the end result will be that Colleen is now going to be a voting member, and perhaps
Maybe.
they're going to
Well,
ask
we'll
us to
see.
have a 7th person, or they're going to tell us, no, it's not necessary for her to vote.
he's gonna ask.
But he's going to find out what the deal is. That would be good. Okay.
So I'm sorry, for the minutes, you feel that Colleen should have a vote, us, Maya, that's a vote,
Correct.
anything else you want to put in on that?
I think they're equally
Involved.
involved, and thus they should have equal positions. You wanna pull one off? That's fine too, if you wanna have.
Don't use the term position.
I don't think we need a seventh person, but if they say we have to have one, we can go forward with that. Is everybody happy with what we've just done now? But how we've settled this, Dave's gonna work on it. Okay, all right, so, so how do you feel about taking these around now? I really like this, by the way,
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you needed, do we need any different wording or, you know, any of that?
because how does everybody feel about this right here?
I think it looks nice.
I think it does too. I think, actually, I'll put this around at the library, at the places where people go, over at senior citizens, council on aging, places like that.
I maybe edited it a little bit, financial aid to elderly and disabled. To clarify that,
Right, it's not anyone.
That's probably a good idea.
All right, where is that? To Eastern, oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
To Eastern residents who are,
Elderly,
financial aid to elderly and disabled Eastham residents.
Yeah. Elderly.
fix that and just send it over to me. I'll bring it over here to be copied when you're done with it. I don't want to copy all those copies.
I'm sorry, elderly and.
Disabled.
Who qualify?
Residents, you could take. If cross out if you are able, please send a check to.
Would it be helpful to mention that we only, like fiscal 23 donations only total 1830 so far or something, making people feel,
Did we ever hear get thank you notes or anything from any of that? Did anyone ever thank us for the money they got? Did you hear from them? And no,
no,
okay, I didn't think.
But the only reason I'm hesitant to do that is it dates the folder.
right? Because that's going to be a hopefully constantly changing number.
All right, are we satisfied with the changes that she has made? Have any more comments about that?
So in other words, take out the bottom sentence.
No, the bottom sentence, so it's $8,290 is what we did do.
Okay, so you want to,
Just not add in anything about what we've done so far.
Just as long as we-
Yeah.
yeah,
Donations start.
as long as we stop,
Yeah, I like.
we pull them back and when it's timely.
Oh, do you know who's
Part of the
anybody
added
at the
donation. This level again.
Sometimes as least amount of words as possible.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was asking, is there a way to get a better image of this? This I just copied off the internet, it's always fuzzy. I would ask for that.
Maybe Kayla would have. Because she does
What
like,
about the school station? I mean, what about the town stationery? It doesn't, right, isn't it on the town stationery?
it's on it, but it's not something that
It's not,
I need a better.
you need an image that you can paste into, right? Right, which Kayla has to make that stationary. She's taking over for Lori Gillespie as Jackie's admin.
we have to make a motion that we're accepting this flyer, you think?
With
No.
the,
Okay, are we finished with the flyer? Are you happy with
well,
it?
it's
Eileen?
with the last sentence, taxation fund received totaling and 12 citizens receive tax. Or so 12 citizens.
Instead of the comma after the numbers.
I was talking about a period after the 8,000.
Fine, and 12 citizens, sure,
And we don't need the and.
And yeah,
that's fine.
and spell the 12 out.
Okay, good.
Okay, are we finished with that?
These are gonna go where?
Everywhere.
Everywhere that we did before.
Here we go, the places that we took them around to before.
Okay,
We'll just tack them up on,
No, remember, places. Like food pantry, I don't think there.
very true. They're not gonna be the donors.
Yeah.
They're the seekers.
that's right.
Yeah, thinking like the library, the grocery store.
Right. We're looking for donors.
The children's store.
And
Even the Elks Club,
Super Ed
did
has
we
a
do it at the
bulletin
Elks Club?
Else.
But
The Elks Club, did we have flyers there before?
I don't think we did, but
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, the Daniels. Do you go to Elks? Are you a member?
No, I fussed about the question about, do you believe in God 18 years ago, and I never filled out the application.
Okay. I can give it
Well,
to,
like, what do we, sometimes,
I can give it,
sometimes not.
I can give it to one of our neighbors that he is a member, so I'll have him post it, because you can't just go, the door doesn't open unless you're a member. Or you're getting fish on Friday, and I don't want to hand it to the fish ladies. Okay, so our next issue is a budget for putting an ad in the town paper, stuff like that. Putting ads anywhere. Do we have any budget? Was there any movement on getting a little budget for us?
I don't know.
No.
Don't believe so.
What do you think about that, Dave?
Why we need Megan.
It's fine. When I posed it to Jackie, she gonna have, it was Kayla at that time. She was gonna have her add stuff to the town website, the town. Website or Facebook page or one of those kinds of things. And get it more more frequently done throughout the postings of the town.
Right.
To what extent that actually happened, I don't know, but I don't pay any attention to that kind of stuff.
But was that supposed to help raise a budget for it?
No,
Or-
it's supposed to help raise awareness
Any outlet we had? Okay,
and thus kind of taking it because or advertising.
Yeah. Well, are we on the web? I've never looked us up. We are on the web,
I'm in town.
town's website, that's,
Website.
on the town website.
Yeah.
I don't think people are looking for us on there to say, is there any place I can donate money? Some people have done the town website.
Don't you look every day? Your checklist?
I'm always looking. I'm looking to see if if I want a place to put my kayak, that's what I'm looking at.
I think no matter where you put it, there's only a certain percentage of the population looks at that. If you put something in, in the Cape Cod, 5% of the people
Yes,
see that. If you
you're
do it
right.
in the Provincetown Journal, or whatever it is, only a percentage see that, so.
I'm concerned that we aren't gonna get enough money to give away.
Mhm.
Without some movement of some kind. What happens if we don't get enough money to give the money away?
I don't think
Accumulated for,
for
a
another
couple of
year.
years.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point in giving a false hope and putting all these applications out for people
Correct.
thinking that they're gonna actually get assistance when what we're able to give them is less than $50 towards their tax bill, probably, even if we got 12 people like we did last year.
Yes,
Well, we have to make a decision then and maybe a big call.
yes.
We don't have to do that,
But how would we decide?
I wouldn't like that,
No,
just because of that.
It would be
Yeah.
very, it would be very.
The,
difficult.
it would have to be the first applicant.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
No.
decide which one is the most.
That's too subjective, I think.
I'm not making a decision like
that's
that.
very, very judgmental.
Are we allowed to keep the money for another year?
I believe so. It's not,
Okay.
it's still intended for,
This year.
yeah, I don't know if it was received specifically for fiscal 24 donation. I think it, that didn't really specify, right? It just says for the fund itself, not
Mhm.
a distribution period of when it needs to be given, so.
So, anyone have any idea how this is going to go forward if we don't get any more money? Is that,
I think we just take a vote to put it off to the following year.
What would the minimum be that we'd be looking for, I guess, in order to proceed?
I'd say 4 or 5
4 or
thousand.
5,000, yeah, at least, because the dollar amount that we were able to help each of these previous applicants was somewhere around 1,200, was it?
It was.
Because it was divvied up
They
Was
each
it less than
got-
that?
It was less than that,
It was less than that, okay. So,
but it was still significant.
Well, this looks a little grim, as far as our fundraising. And yet. You know,
Well,
rather
it's-
than having some kind of a
$6.90.
fundraiser
Oh
my
rally.
gosh, that was a lot
I don't
less.
think money is gonna.
A lot
keep
less,
pouring
yeah.
in.
September, yeah. Due November 1st.
If it's more bold. And
will,
if they,
will, yeah, will it have that,
This has been,
the online? Right,
Yeah.
will the online have
that's going to go online.
Okay.
She's gonna do that now, so even
Okay.
for straggler payers,
okay,
good?
you know,
That should help, and I like having having this kind of thing
Mhm.
posted, at the post office. And
right, well, and the thing,
whoever's gonna let us do it.
this online thing, this is not just for, you're gonna see this when you're
Right.
clicking on your dog licenses, your motor vehicle excise, anytime there's any,
Lovely,
not just those 2 tax bills.
lovely.
yeah, make sure it's on that kayak thing, because everybody's applying for the kayak.
Does it cost money to apply?
Yeah, no, well, you have to pay to put your kayak on the racks, but a
Okay,
lot of people went to the website, they've never ever been to the website, and
Oh,
trying to
okay.
figure out how to do their kayaks on the racks.
I'm sorry, can I ask another question? I don't. No, the tax bills go out November 1st. and
well, they're
May
due
1st.
November 1st and May 1st. We send them
Okay.
early in
Those are two,
September,
okay.
right?
All right, so we're kind of in a wait and see position here. You agree?
Yes.
Yeah, do we have to do anything to be allotted a space at these upcoming events? There's Hands on the Arts and the Windmill Weekend. So
So
this,
women weekend, you do need to.
Have a
Get
slot.
permission because they have so many people.
get allotted, yeah,
You know, there's only so much space.
yeah.
Do you have to pay?
I said I
I
checked on
don't
that.
think so.
Oh, okay,
I think if you're an outside vendor per se,
right, so
but for the
we're,
town
okay.
organizations, I don't.
Okay, good. So I'm going to be the one going to Nauset Newcomers to see if I can have a table there.
Okay.
I'll take care of that.
And to the Elks,
And pardon,
and to the Elks, you said?
I'm going to give the Elks to the Elks, to someone to put on the board there.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the elk, my neighbor. I'm gonna distribute these. I'm going to find out about September for our Nauset Newcomers at the Wealthy Theater, where I'm happy to sit there and you only have to do it for several hours. So that's
We-
not a big
yeah.
deal. I think you need a card table or something.
They have
Yeah.
those.
They may provide it.
Yeah, you can't do this till it's been edited and the logo is
She's
cleaned
gonna get a better logo
Yeah.
and then
up.
send it. You can send it to me and I'll bring it over here and photocopy it here and then I'll take it around.
What about, I'm just thinking, because I've been doing a lot of fundraising in my personal life to get my son to Cooperstown in August. So we've been raising all the money left and right. And we've had those little plastic, donation boxes on businesses across the Cape. And I don't know, I know in Dennis, when we have the Caleb Chase Fund in Dennis, which is the same type of fund. People can just donate to it and then we give it to all of the seniors that qualify for the exemption. I still say we, like I'm in Dennis. But there are, on the counters in Dennis are little donation boxes.
Wow.
And I don't know, even at the tax office and the assessor, like, we don't really collect a lot of money in the assessor's office, but a couple places just for people to put even spare change,
Yeah, it does add up.
it adds up.
And the benefit, the other benefit is just raising awareness
That's
Mhm.
all I
of
think.
our existence.
Right, it's
Well,
like a
you
little
know,
flyer.
I don't know how much time any of you spent over at the senior center over there, Council on Aging. They're doing so many things and there's so many people over there all the time. What about a little donation box there? They come over for all those lunches and there lots of people are there for exercising. There's quite a crowd through that place.
What I see is those big like jugs that they sell the pretzels in,
Yeah,
and the top, there's like cut in the
slit.
top and then something, the label on it.
well, something like this.
Mm.
We could wrap this around it.
Less wordy,
Wordy.
less wordy. You wouldn't just the top
Just the
half.
top, yeah, you could cut it. stick it on,
Just the top
Gotcha.
half.
something like that. I mean, would probably want to secure them in some
Do that.
ways. Velcro, I don't know.
Some of those little old ladies are gonna steal that darn product from us. That's a pretty good idea. I mean,
And we could ask the staff to bring it into a locked.
At night,
office at
yeah.
nighttime.
Well,
so,
They'd be locked.
The whole
anyway.
place is locked, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
never mind.
the
But
only,
I guess you got to ask those.
Yeah,
the only place I can see that really working in this town right now would be over at that senior citizen place, because a lot of people from East Ham go in and out of there. But
Mhm. Well, just the tax office itself, if you get your, $3.50 back from when you pay $35 for your, $40 for your excise tax or something, you have the exchange of money at that time.
you mean they have their wallets out?
There's money passing over the counter, it's,
Okay, so would they let us do that?
don't
Put a
know,
box there?
perhaps we could
Well,
ask.
you know a lot about these boxes. What do they look like?
They're just little flimsy,
Shoe boxes.
well, these were the ones that we were using. It's like little plexiglass, so it has like a little stand right here that has the, you put the information like donate to the Bayside Brawlers, and then it's just it has a little key that you can open the back or the bottom. And it just has an opening
I
in the
think
top.
someone on this committee is gonna be in charge of the boxes.
Well, we'd have to be able to buy the boxes is the thing,
I'll donate the money. For the box.
For the box. I'll look on Amazon and see. I'm pretty sure that's where,
Okay, so
They
how
were
many boxes? I like the idea of the senior citizen center. They're over there, they're having a free lunch. They're not there because they're poor. They're there for the socialization.
Mhm.
And so,
Yeah, so
Like the
maybe-
Gift barn, or one of those places, the miniature golf place. Companies,
The pizza place, Sam's,
Would they let us-
Sam's is wildly
would
popular.
they let us do that?
I don't
you
know.
have to ask, that's all.
you have to ask each business.
Yeah.
How about we're on page stickers?
That's all.
Beach and Rec.
A lot of that's done by mail. That is a
Well, there's
place
quite the
for that.
line there though, but I don't know if there's a lot of like giving sentiment at that
No,
time. Usually it's a pretty
pretty quick exchange.
cutthroat, yeah. But maybe
All right,
it is a
well, let's-
location
okay,
where,
So
At least ought to have one piece in the swap shop.
absolutely, and I think they have a bulletin board type
And
thing.
the,
I'll check
what do you
this
call
out.
it, the COA's, second in sport.
Oh, the one on the corner.
Thrift store.
Yeah.
Yeah, their thrift shop. Boy, they rack a lot of money in that place. They give away a lot of money to them. That's where all that money's coming from over at the Council on Aging. Right now, they have a lot of money because they're having a lot of different events that they're paying for. I cannot believe how that thing is, they must have a new director. It has just burst open with exercises and meetings and people speaking. There's so much stuff going on. They send you this calendar and I'm amazed.
I was in an exercise class there.
What class do you go to?
I'm going to the, time for fun.
What is it?
It's high intensity training,
It's what?
high intensity training.
It's not high, yeah, well, I'd have to be at the low intensity one.
They have chair exercise. class that
They do, I
Nancy
know.
goes to.
Nancy Daniels goes. to it. Okay, so have we finished with our business now? Reiterate, she's gonna look at some boxes. We're all going to look to see where the possibilities are to put those boxes. Just when you're out and about, take a look and see for possibilities, maybe check and see if we can put them there. She's gonna make these, I'm gonna take these around. Is there anything else that we need to discuss before we adjourn next meeting? Oh, next meeting, yes, we do need to talk about that, don't we? All right, so let me get my calendar out.
Weekend.
Well, yeah.
That calls for organization.
that's in September.
Okay,
Well, when's this two, so isn't one in June, which is the one coming up next?
Beans on the arts, it's early,
Yeah,
yeah, that's, I don't know exactly.
is the chamber involved in that? How's the who's in town hall? Anybody in town hall involved? with
I
that?
don't even know. I haven't heard anything
That's
about
the
it. No, I'm not sure.
It happens every year. I mean, it's going on quite a few
Oh,
years.
yeah. Well, I'll check with the chamber, I guess. Find out what that deal is.
There's a lot of different things they do about all that.
Oh, the power bash, that's over in campground, right?
What is it?
The Bow Wow Bash. Anybody that has a dog is welcome, come down, the dogs run all over the beach and everything.
On campground.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah.
hot dogs and,
Why don't the dogs run away?
Hot dog.
well, presumably.
I'm wondering who's cleaning up all
You mean
that.
like at Wiley Park, where they're all trained to not run into the woods and all over the place?
Actually, I've been to the Bow Wow Bash and
Is it fun?
it's, oh, yeah. And it's like, 50 dogs and all their owners and everybody's chatting away and so.
Well, that sounds fun.
Don't collect
So,
clams after that bash.
so Dan, what did you say?
Clams after that.
So Dave, so you're going to be in the bash, Bow Wow Bash, and you are gonna be there talking about
I'm
this.
dropping stuff off and then leaving.
So when is it? Saturday, Sunday? Saturday, what time?
I don't know exactly, I mean, it's gotta be noon time-ish kind of thing, because they're doing hot dogs, like I said. I don't know exactly.
Bow Wow Bash. Okay.
We also want to do it, this.
But all the owners kind of sit around and talk and get it.
They do that every day in Wiley Park, lots of them.
Turnip festival. too.
Which one?
The
Turnip Festival, yeah,
Ah,
yeah, good
Turnip
idea.
Festival.
When's that?
That's after the tax.
I wonder where that's gonna be this year. I mean.
It can't be at high school.
Right,
Huh. All right, let me think about that.
Mhm.
Where, maybe they won't have the turnip, there's just no
I
place to have
think it
it.
would, but
When's the high school scheduled to be done?
all the years.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, well, wait a minute, let's talk about isn't there a gym, isn't there a junior high gym or something? Do they have a gym over at this middle school or junior?
That's easy, yeah. I mean,
Well,
Well, that's in Orleans.
but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't do it. I mean, they just said, they just passed it so that we didn't have town meeting. Need a hopefully.
Yeah,
They did.
yep. Okay, so next meeting?
Date, she said she wants to have it before,
Oh, yeah.
before the thing in the windmill.
I'm gonna do early August.
Well, how about, I mean, if we're gonna do something at the Hands on the Art, and it's
Well,
earlier
that's
than that.
usually early.
And if you're trying to get stuff out for the second
I don't
homeowners
know
who are about to
anything
be here.
Hands on the Art, I didn't even know they had that, so.
I just see the sign.
Mhm.
It's on a Saturday.
Where is it?
Here, it's Windmill.
Oh, it's beaming the windmill,
Yeah,
huh? And so they have all kinds of artists and people there.
I believe so. Hands on the art.
So what would we do there? Would they,
Oh, just have a.
It's an information table. Basically, it's PR.
but isn't it just for artists?
No,
Well,
The artists are
the ones
there.
Showing their wares,
And people
Yeah.
come,
people come to see that. Now, I don't know if there's buying and selling. or-
yes.
And I just.
it's like an arts and craft fair. I'm guessing. I've
I
never
don't
been,
know anything
but-
about that. Does somebody else want to do the hands on the art thing?
I'm gonna find out about it. I'm gonna find out the date
Yeah,
and
that's
who's sort of the overseeing producer and find out if we can have a table.
okay. And you'll report back.
Yes.
All right, so the date, let's get started on the date.
Are we gonna blow this up to take to these types of fairs?
Well, that was what I was thinking right now. Thank you for bringing that up. Is there a budget to have it? Have a sign that's like about.
It doesn't sound like there's a-
3.
Budget at all is
So
from,
probably $40 to $45.
I had 2 signs made up at Staples and they were each about this big. And it was 30 with the stand. But I can reuse the stand.
There is no budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I get you one of these, would you take care of that?
But with a better logo.
yes, when the revised
When I
version.
get the final
Fine,
thing
send,
done,
send me something and I'll get it done at
that's your
Staples.
contribution. taxing.
Okay, so
Well,
you already,
I'm gonna
So
donate. the money
donated,
for the
yeah.
signs. Now, you get your bill, I'm gonna donate that, and I'm gonna donate the money for the boxes. Because I donated last year to this group, and I
Mhm.
haven't done it this year yet,
so
so
that'll be,
I'll donate those to the students. That'll be
so,
mine.
all right, get what you want it to say and then let me know the size.
I'll give you the finished thing and then you get over the Staples.
But let me know the size, yeah.
All right, so now we need a date. Let's get back to our date search. We know that we want to. Well, what do you think we need to meet in?
Getting in July, I can't imagine that the hands on the arts before middle of July or later.
I don't know. Okay, well, we can do a tentative and I'll confirm the date. The hands on the art.
What we're doing.
Date.
Well, can we Google that?
I am
Yeah, Google that arts thing.
seeing if I can, Saturday, June 24th and Sunday, June 25th.
June, oh, June. Okay, so do you want to meet before then, or do we have to?
Well, I guess we don't have to. If we've got the
The sign and the
handouts
flyers.
and we've got folks who have committed to sitting there for a particular time. And we've got the sign.
If you organize it, I mean, I'll sit there. I'm happy to sit there. So. plug
So
me
it's
in.
June 24th.
Excellent.
June 24th, June
June
25th,
24th.
9 to 4, rain or shine.
Whoa. 9 to 4.
Yeah.
What are the date
It
times?
says 9 to 4, but I mean, you would think that it can, yeah,
Right,
it can
right.
just be as long as you
Okay,
want to, really.
June 24. I'm gonna put it in here, art show.
There's music, there's Irish dancing. There's a few different bands. There's arts and crafts, lawn games.
I'll sit there.
Does it have a organizer? Sponsored by,
Let's see here. Vendor permit, town of East Hampton requires the vendors to have a permit. You can find the application on the clerk's page.
so,
East Hampton Cultural Council
okay,
is who the fees are payable to.
Be there.
so cultural council
Yep.
and clerk's office for,
For applications. There's an email,
okay.
handsonthearts@gmail.com.
There you go. So do we need to meet before the arts? I know we need to meet before the windmill weekend.
I think as long as we all have tasks of what to do, if we're
Yeah.
making copies, we're making the
Yeah, we
poster,
don't have to.
I'll find the boxes and make,
Yeah.
get this across the top of it.
If everybody knows their jobs, we don't need to meet.
Right.
Okay, so suggestion for a meeting. Dates.
August,
The one that I'm gonna work on is the Nauset newcomers, and that's not till September, so.
Well, the only reason you want to meet is because of the one whole weekend. Like the third week of August or something.
sounds good.
Yeah, let's meet the third week of August, so we might, and we can just report back on all the little projects we're working on. Third week of August.
I mean, if we could also do it by email if there's any,
Yeah, that's true
questions
too.
and so forth.
We're all very good about picking up our emails.
So I'm just putting that out there. I'm not so great about it.
About Tuesday, the 15th, same time, 11 o'clock. Perfect.
August 15th. Okay, let me put that on my calendar.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, I'll get the note.
So clerk's office.
Okay, so.
Right after the tax
do I
office
have
on the right.
do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed?